Wow. Episode 29. Wow.
29. We're getting right down there to 32. 31? Yeah. 31 days to Halloween.
Yes. So it's gonna be a great episode tonight. I'm so excited. We got Pat Konopelski from Shocktoberfest coming in. Wow. Great man to talk to with years of experience. I'm so excited. So, I think without further ado, let's get to some breaking news.
Breaking news!
Let's break it.
And we're back.
Let's do this. So, Kelly, we got some breaking news going on this week.
Oh, Jen just handed me this piece of paper. I don't know if you can read it, but I'm gonna. It says, "And we're back."
Wow. It's amazing.
I'm so sorry. That's the breaking news.
Yes. And the breaking news is we're back. And we're off here for good.
Yeah. Hey, we're not closing, we're opening, and we got to tell you a little bit about Delirium. We are fully done with this attraction. We are fully costuming this attraction. It's going to be wild. It's going to be great. We're doing it too much this year. I'm telling you. We're giving you the biggest attraction for the littlest price. It's going to be amazing. Not only do you get the hayride, we're going to give you the Lost Carnival too. The Lost Carnival also.
But if you buy now, we're going to throw in Delirium as well.
That's right, Delirium.
All for one low price of $40. $40.
One ticket price all season long. If it changes, you can yell at me.
Just pay separate shipping and handling.
No, shipping and handling. Just get your $40 tickets.
So as you bring that up, yes, we do have $40 tickets on sale right now. One price for the 3 attractions this year. We're doing everything we can to be safe. We had to close down Pitch Black and Sector 13, but we're giving a safe show. We've got a new attraction. All for one ticket price of $40. Trying not to raise the price like other haunts they have to stay in business. We're trying to give you everything we can for that. So go to reapersrevenge.net right now to purchase your tickets. And if you have any issues, let us know. You can email us at info@reapersrevenge.net and we will respond. We're sorry, we just wanted to make sure we could do this safely this year. And we just made the decision 2 weeks ago after countless evenings of debate to make sure we got everything ready to go this year.
We're not canceled.
No, we are open. So, that's a lot of information right there. That's some good breaking news right there. So, Kelly, let's get to the interview, man.
Let's get into the best interview. I believe one of the best interviews we've ever done. I'm telling you, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Pat from
Shocktoberfest, yes.
That's right. Pat from Shocktoberfest is giving us one of the best interviews.
One of the best interviews ever, and you forgot who we were interviewing.
No. I was trying to run on the ticket prices. I was going to do another thing, but Pat from Oktoberfest is with us this evening, and he is a Shocktoberfest super knowledgeable man. One of the best, one of the greats, and I really mean that.
This just gets better and better.
It's the worst. I'm sorry.
On to the interview.
All right.
Shocktoberfest, top of my list.
Just came from the prison of the dead. How was it?
It was so scary. They were just screaming. They were coming at you.
It was amazing. It was scary. Zombies were everywhere. I love this place.
prison and it was super scary.
Baba Booey to both of you.
Hey, how's it going? Look, Kelly, look who we got down here tonight.
This is amazing. I'm so pumped on this interview. After I've talked to this man, I've never talked to this man personally, and I'm really, really excited about this interview. He knows my family. He knows friends of the family. We're all in the same state, and he's truly one of the greats. Let's talk to Pat.
Yes,
Wow,
Pat Konopelski.
one of the greats.
I mean that.
Yeah. So we've got Pat Konopelski here from Shocktoberfest. Wow.
That's right.
Yeah, really excited. So, Pat, welcome to the show. Welcome to Haunt Life Tonight. And,
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. So the first question we'd like to really get into is, how did you get started as a haunter? And you've been around for years. Tell us how you started Shocktoberfest.
Oh, yeah. So a million years, what seems like a million years ago, I own a food service and catering company. Been doing that for about 40 years. I had a food service account. It was a camp, and they had a very simple hayride. They needed a fundraiser, and I had heard that, hey, there's like some activity in the haunted hayride world. I said, you're charging like $3 and giving them a hot dog. Why not like put some kids out there? We scare them, charge $10, make a little money. And they hated the idea. They wanted nothing to do with it. And I had a crazy brother-in-law that loved Halloween. And I said, Ted, what do you say we do this for this camp? They don't want to do it, but we could do it. Help them out, help them raise some money. And that was called Maniac Mountain. They're obviously on a mountain not too far from where Shocktoberfest is today. And we did that. The first year was ridiculously successful beyond our imagination. And like I said, they didn't really want to do it. But when I handed them all this money, they were like, can you do this again? So we did, and we did again. And then it outgrew their facility. They just couldn't do it. It was not really their mission. And they said, we're going to do a golf tournament. We can't keep doing this. It's too much of a challenge. So I said, all right. And then we moved the event down to my property, which was just a few miles away, what we call Willow Glen Park in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania. We're about an hour west of Philadelphia. And then we actually called it Field of Screams. And we did it. Yeah, we were Field of Screams. Now we're in Reading, and the other Field of Screams that you may know of, Jim and Jean own, they're in Lancaster. Back then, it was before the internet, so that might as well have been in another country. You advertised in your newspaper, on your radio, and then we started getting coupons from another Field of Screams, and then we found out there's another Field of Screams. It wasn't making any sense, so we just said, all right, let's change the name. We changed it to Shocktoberfest. Right. Because we were also doing a lot more than just a hayride, and wanted more of a name that represented more of a larger event. And that's how Shocktoberfest was born. And then it was just one hayride in the beginning, 29 years ago this year. And now it's grown to be, many, many attractions.
Nice. Very nice.
And as we were laughing when we first started getting ready for this interview, how suiting it is that 29 years for you in 2020, and you are on episode 29 of Haunt Life Tonight. So let's hear a round of applause.
I have sound effects on my phone. I can pull up. I think
that would be great. That would be great because we're not technically that advanced yet. There's rumor that HBO is going to pick up the show, but
I'm sure.
Yeah. You're getting
there
close.
We go. All right, so we got the sound effects going.
Excellent.
There's a boo, but we won't use that.
No,
All
no,
right.
please don't. So that's great. What I'd like to hear from you now is, what makes Shocktoberfest so special? What do you do different? Tell us a little bit about the attractions and the unique experience your customers enjoy every year.
We try really, really, really hard to be unique. So as you know, we have the ability to purchase amazing props at our convention, but in the market that we're in, there's a bunch of us, and we want to be unique. When our customer comes to Shocktoberfest, we want them to experience something they've never experienced before. So we try not to buy too much at the shows, and we try to create our own animatronics, our own props. We try to do unique theming and building. So our event, although it's called Shocktoberfest, for the past couple of years, our theme has been Zombie World, taking off of Jurassic World. You're coming to a fictitious zombie-themed amusement park where you can see zombies up close and personal. So the Zombie Safari Hayride Tour, it's a hayride that's themed like Jurassic World, et cetera, but with zombies. And then that kind of carries through to our other attractions. We have the Unknown 2.0. We have the Prison of the Dead. Now, the most haunted houses are about 2,500 square feet. And a nice size haunted house is 5,000 square feet. The Prison of the Dead is 50,000 square feet. So it's considered a mega haunt, and you generally do not find mega haunts on Scream Parks because Scream Parks have so many attractions. Yeah. So a very big pull is the hayride because it's unique. It has a lot of large buildings, experience shows that are all run by sophisticated computer systems, large animatronics, etc. And then you have the Prison of the Dead, this mega haunted house with all that has to offer. And then we have the Unknown. And then we have these unique experiences. We have the Ground Assault Zombie Laser Tag, where we have state-of-the-art tactical laser guns, where you can shoot fellow customers and zombies, and they all interact. And it's not that big old vast thing. I mean, these are cool, very cool guns. It's very streamlined stuff. And then we have what's called the Zombie Night Run, where you can run the hayride trail, running from zombies. You have flag football belts. That's a lot of fun. We have the Zombie Experience, where we will transform you into a zombie and put you behind the scenes in the Prison of the Dead, where you can scare other customers. That's a lot of fun for people. We have a very unique attraction that we unveiled a number of years ago called the Naked and Scared Challenge, where you can go through the haunted house totally naked, nude or prude with your underwear. And that was quite controversial when that came out.
I knew that. Fine job with that marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, that blew up. That was fun. It was good. We were mentioned on the Tonight Show, the Today Show. We were getting phone interviews from Australia and Canada. I mean, it was pretty fun. And people, it's interesting when you combine. I mean, it's not designed to be sexual. It is designed to heighten the fear. Most people are afraid to be seen naked. Most people are afraid of haunted houses. When you combine the two, it's kind of next level stuff. So that's what we kind of keep doing, kind of keep reinventing ourselves. And then last year we came up with the Torture Chamber, which is an intense massage parlor where and shaking, right? Massage parlors are legit, believe it or not. And there are techniques that cross over to the pain end of things, which I learned a lot about, and people. It's set in a dungeon environment, and really, really done well and creative. We hired massage therapists to do it very, very appropriately, and as far as I know, we're the only ones that have these very unique attractions that help make Shocktoberfest different and unique.
I say this often. It's like stuff you say in a sentence, and in one singular sentence that it might not ever think would happen, and then you're like, yeah, we should probably do that.
We actually do, we come up with the ideas and oh yeah, that would be interesting. Like, all right, let's do it. Yeah. So we go for it.
I'll tell you, Kelly, right now, this might be the best interview ever. I'm loving everything I'm hearing out of Pat's mouth.
I want you to know I am not wearing anything from the waist down to keep in theme with the Naked and Scared Challenge. So just saying.
Well, you gotta keep it up.
I don't know why every Zoom call that I'm on with you, whether it's 13 haunts or whatever, it always comes to that point where you tell the group, I don't have any pants on.
Just a little tease. Just a little tease.
Great. Well, speaking of the other groups that we're involved in, I'd like to, I could talk about Shocktoberfest all night long, but there's a few other things that you're involved with that are very important to our industry. I'd like to touch base on that. One, your history with haunted attraction associations. You were the president involved in the transition from other organizations that became what we know as Haunted Attraction Association today. So can you tell us a little bit about how that evolved from a couple of things that came to the conglomerate known as HAA now?
Yeah, absolutely. The predecessor to the current association was called IHA, International Association of Haunted Attractions, something along that line. And it was a great association. It was started by a lot of key players in the industry. And if you go to the website, this year during COVID, one of my little things to do to keep busy was creating a timeline of the history of the association and the board of directors, and it was a fun little thing to do while we couldn't do anything else. And that historical data, I hope that we can continue to keep populating so that people in the future can look back and see all the key players that were a part of it. David Bertolino, Leonard Pickle, Ben Armstrong, all the guys that many of our viewing audience might know. I was not part of it. I was totally unaware of it. And then on a bus tour, I was asked to be a part of it. And I went to a couple meetings at Trans World, and I like so many haunt owners, like, what's this? Why bother? And then you realize it's very important for all of us to work together to have a good, strong board and voice for the industry. And IHA was not 100% perfect in that actors or vendors could actually be on the board and make decisions. They could, really a chainsaw wielding maniac, at one of our haunts could be the president of that association, which didn't seem right to me. So I wanted to get involved. I wanted to change that. And together with some key people, we changed the bylaws. And it seemed like a good time to change the name. There was another association that was sort of, doing a little thing, but not a whole lot. And, we brought them into the mix. And then there was a merger, and we changed the name to the current name. And we changed bylaws that, the association and the board is going to be headed by haunt owners. Vendors and actors can still be a part of it. They can be members, and they can serve on the committee level, because we know they bring a lot of information and insight to what we do, and we appreciate their input, but not on the board level. And the association has done a lot of very positive things with our PR campaign, our Top Haunts campaign, all the other things that we're involved in. This year, we're involved in a national lobby program to help us all get through this crazy 2020 year.
Right. Yeah, and I know even though you're not a current board member, you've stayed active with the board. You work with me and other haunters, Brett Bartolino, and in the marketing campaign. But also, like every year when we do our Oscars and we
Yeah.
get recognition, we always look to you to make sure it's headed up. And you,
Well, you know, it's funny when you come up with an idea and you present it, and someone turns to you and say, "Yeah, that's a good idea. Do that." You know, it's like, what did I just say? And literally, Tim Gavinsky, Wisconsin Fairgrounds, who he sold last year, but Tim and I have been a good friend, and we were at a Haunt Con tour. We called it Buffet Con because we ate more than we, toured haunts. But we're in the back of the bus, having cocktails, having a good time. And, Tim and I met, we were talking, and he was the president of the association then. And I said, for the past couple of years, I've been trying to figure out a way to have an awards banquet because I think there's a lot of people doing some really cool things. We should recognize them. In my food service world, in the catering world, believe it or not, there's a convention and there's an awards program for, best wedding, buffet. But, we thought, let's do this in our industry. And Tim said, I love that idea. Do it. And, I've been doing it for the past, 15 years or so. I enjoy doing it. I get to meet a lot of really cool people. And I get to use some of my best dumb jokes as an MC for the event. But all good and I'll continue doing it and hope to continue recognize some amazing people in our industry.
So I do want to bring this to your attention, and I ask this of every one of our guests that we've had on the show. Do you get in your attraction and act as an owner in your season at all? Did you ever act, and do you enjoy acting at all?
So I'm reminded of a time, and I'll share it with you. And it really is probably my one and only. I'm not an actor. I'm a business guy. I like the business end. Gotcha. I always say we get to be like like kind of a crazy Walt Disney for a month a year, where
yeah.
we demented Walt Disney. Perhaps we work so hard all year long. And I just love standing back watching, all the people come through in all walks of life and all ages, all demographics, laughing and carrying on. And, yes, the financial reward is obviously a motivator. And when Mother Nature doesn't, rain on our event every night, it works out to be pretty good. But the real thrill is watching everyone enjoy it. I think if I'm acting, I don't know, I might miss that, or maybe I would experience something different. But I 2 times, I'll tell you two stories. One time, a friend of mine, and this is literally when we were still Maniac Mountain, and so this is way back, and maybe second or third year, a friend of mine came. He didn't have anything to do. He's like, I'm coming there to see what you're doing. Let's put some masks on and act. I'm like, all right, whatever. And I put on this mask that was a bloody stump. It wasn't really a mask other than this fake bloody stump that you'd wear if you're like a headless horseman. It had 2 little slits. And I didn't know really what I was doing. And the hay wagon was coming through. I could barely see. And I hop out behind a tree and some kid just whacks me upside the head. I'm like seeing stars. I fall back. Okay, well, this wasn't fun. So my buddy did it a couple more times, and we pretty much bailed from that experience. Like, well, I don't think I'm going to continue doing this. But another time was when I bought this really cool distortions piece that I don't even know if they still offer. It was called the Beast, that you rode. It looked like you were riding it, but your feet were the legs of the beast. And it arrived the first day we opened. Of course, it was supposed to show up a month before, but it arrived the first day we opened. And I didn't have any actors to use this. And I'm like, I'm getting in this damn thing. These people are gonna see this. And I got in it, and it was filled with all this foam. I could barely move my legs. The thing weighed as much as a refrigerator. I'm not a real strong guy. It's strapped on me. I'm walking up and down the midway. I'm sweating and tired. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna pass out. I did that, went back, took it off. I'm like, okay, I'm done with the acting. I think we'll stay behind the scenes and let the professional actors do what they do best.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. So what I'm getting out of this is after wearing the Beast from Distortions, that's when you decided to become the naked version of Walt Disney for the haunting industry.
Yeah.
Well, there was a couple of years in between that, but we evolved, right? we as humans evolve. We our customers evolve, our attractions evolve. Everybody keeps pushing us. They want more and more and more, scarier and scarier. I have a friend in Puerto Rico that got into the industry not too long ago. I have a friend in UK that got into the industry, maybe 10 or so years ago. And I hear their stories, and it's like traveling in time. What we did 30 years ago, they can get away with doing today because their audience did not see or evolve to the point where our audience is, right?
Right.
And it's amazing what they get away with. But they keep pushing and making their show better and better every year. But the experience that the customer is looking for, if we don't deliver next level every year, oh well, that wasn't scary.
I'm right there with you on that one.
Yeah, why am I going back?
Yep.
Yep. So hence the Naked and Scared Challenge and the torture chamber, because we can't actually kill these people and we can't actually injure them. So, I swear some people want to be, but evidently that's illegal. So we try not to go down that path.
Well, that's good to know. So, Pat, we could talk to you about all these things. I have one other thing that I really want to bring up. Your involvement with the 13 Haunts, which us from Reaper's Revenge, we've been involved 2 or 3 years now. I think at least 3 years. We might be going on our 4th year. But tell us about the 13 Haunts and our viewers about 13 Haunts and what's real special about that group of individuals from the New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, I believe.
In Delaware.
Delaware. Yep.
And when you say Pennsylvania, it's really more the Philadelphia market. So it's the southeast section of Philadelphia, of Pennsylvania, the tri-state area.
It's a big
for all
green
our
state.
Phineas and Ferb fans. But we, I think it goes back. I mean, this might be 15 years as well. Randy Bates and I were at the trade show, Trans World, having a cocktail and, brainstorming.
You drink a lot, don't you? You drink a lot, don't you?
That's where all good things happen.
Excuse me 1 minute.
Excuse me 1 minute.
A little parched. My interviews go much better when I'm having, the Tonight Show, the talk shows, they all have coffee mugs. I'm like, who knows what's in it right here? You know what's in here. Little Kettle One. Little Kettle One helps.
There you go.
Helps every interview.
I'm Ukrainian, so I know exactly what you're saying.
Right.
Oh.
Well,
wow, look at what happened here.
What is happening there? What in the world?
You had no idea what you were signing up for tonight. That's a young
hell am I drinking?
Yeah, that's a young haunter to be. He's always in our haunt. That's Kelly's son, and I'll tell you, that kid, he is going to be following in our footsteps. He's been involved in the haunt longer than I have. I mean,
That's
I've only
awesome.
been with Reapers like 6 years, something like that. And
That's awesome.
yeah,
I love to see child labor laws broken at an early age. That's great. That's great that we have it documented. Perfect.
yes, it's awesome. So go on about the 13 haunts.
So Randy, yeah. So and some of the best ideas happen at the bar. Let's be honest. So Randy and I, enjoying our vodkas. I think he had a dirty martini, if I'm not mistaken. I had Kettle One on the rocks, 3 limes, and we're talking about how the radio stations back then were sort of playing us against each other. They would call us and say, "Hey, we have this, $20,000 marketing package, but we only have room for 3 haunters, and Randy's really interested, and somebody else is really, if you sign now, you can get in." And they didn't realize how close we were. Like, Randy, are you doing this? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it either. That's crazy. So we're like, wait a minute. What if we all get together and work together and then kind of flip the tables on our radio stations and our marketing partners, not to take advantage of them, but to use our money more effectively. And if we're able to all work together, and we're a bunch of independent small business owners, right? And a lot of times small business owners will be fearful of their competition, and the competition is automatically the enemy. And again, 30 years ago, you'd hear stories of actors burning brochures of other haunts and, just doing some nasty stuff. Not that it's coming from the haunt owner, but, people are, team so-and-so, team so-and-so, and, they think the other haunt is the enemy when really we're all on the same side. Our competition is movie theaters. Our competition is, high school football games and so on. So, which evidently won't be a thing this year. So,
No.
Yeah, could be good. So, 13 Haunts Alliance brought all the owners together, and we realized, hey, we're all in this together. We're all good, hardworking people. We've been doing it for a while. We want to keep doing it. Let's respect each other. Let's send that message to our actors. Hey, don't say anything bad. Don't go, now that we have social media. Listen, just keep it all positive. People are going to have their favorites. They're going to go wherever. And that's all really a lot of very positive messaging and things that have come from it. And then we can also work together by putting a certain amount of money, some funds into account, and then spend that money collectively, where we're, sort of like the Got Milk campaign. We're like, go to a haunted house, pick one of these, go to 13haunts.com, go to one of these haunts. Maybe it's Shocktoberfest, maybe it's not. We hope it is. Go to Shocktoberfest, and and you'll have a good time no matter what. And then now that you know that there's several, all within an hour's drive, and there's we're open 27, 28 nights, whatever that might be. Maybe go to a couple of them. It's kind of our message.
Yeah, no industry secrets. We're all trying to help each other out all the time.
Right, absolutely.
When Randy was on the show a little bit about a month ago, Randy said the same thing. Way back when, I think Randy's going to be 31 years old this year, right? I think
no, his would be 30. This is a
30,
crappy situation for him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It was 30 this year, and that's what he was saying. Way back when, it was cutthroat, and then all of a sudden, everybody was hoarding the ideas. And then as we've evolved over the years, now everybody's kind of an open book. And we all advocate for one thing, to grow our industry. And yeah, without Friday Night Lights, should be a fun.
Yeah, could be good. And this year, especially with the COVID, and we've been all working together. We adopted policies and procedures and safety procedures and protocols to run our haunts safely, and because we've all worked together, we're all talking about where we can buy some of the products needed, and those Zoom meetings started way back in March when this happened, and we've been talking nonstop, and here we are about a month away from opening. So we feel, and today I just got off the phone with people from Dorney Park to get some advice, how they kind of dealt with some things. So we are fortunate to follow the amusement park industry, and we can learn what they have done successfully. But we want to have a safe, fun experience for our customers as well as all of our staff and actors.
Absolutely. I've been saying this the entire time, is I think any business in America at this point should have the opportunity to get open and do it as safe as any other business that's been open this entire time.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, Pat, I'm going to tell you this. I kind of been keeping an eye on the time out of the corner of my eye here, and we're almost a half hour into this. I told you it was going to be 15 minutes, and for this entire half hour.
Sorry if I talk too much.
No, I'm going to tell you, for the entire half hour, I have sat here. I don't know if to look at my camera up here or watch you. You were down where Kelly was on my screen. And I just been watching and listening and absorbing everything. Thank you for everything you do for our industry,
absolutely.
for the different groups.
It was a pleasure meeting you this way. Pleasure meeting you this way.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come
I'm
to
sure.
Shocktoberfest. We'll meet in person. Be my guest.
Without a doubt. If you're open tonight, we're not. I want to be there this year. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on down.
Naked and afraid.
Yeah. Well, we're not doing that this year. But if you want, take your clothes off, do whatever you want. We'll help you out. No.
That's good marketing.
I could just keep this interview going all night. What a blast to talk with you, and I will see you in a Zoom meeting later this week that will not be televised. You know, because we have to clean this up for HBO. All right. So,
fair enough.
All right, Pat. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, guys. Yep. Good night.
Wow. Well, oh wait, you're still doing the countdown. Wow. I don't really care if you're counting or not. Wow. That was an incredible interview.
It really was. It really was. I mean,
I could listen to that guy for hours. I mean, I didn't even realize it's a half hour, and I didn't want to stop him. You know, I just didn't want to stop hearing what he had to say, and I couldn't. You know, I mean, both of us were speechless during the whole thing. We had our questions we had to ask, but wow. Great amount of information.
He knows the deal. He knows the industry. He understands exactly what we are all doing right now. Great at marketing. Phenomenal little spot right here in Pennsylvania. If you haven't seen it, it's Shocktoberfest. Shocktoberfest.
Yes. Yes. And it just, I mean, amazing how a man is so networked and, but still gives his time to the different things like, you know, I mean, 13 hunts. You know, there's 12 of us that are involved right now, but we all advocate for one common goal to market each other and get the word out and really advocate for the industry. But also his years and still continues to volunteer for Haunted Attraction Association and was instrumental as the president when that became the Haunted Attraction Association from the couple of conglomerates. Yeah. Just
so much new knowledge on my end. With a local haunt that I've been to, my family has been involved with one way or another, but truly inspiring. I mean that because I've never actually.
I'm talking East Coast strong. That's what I'm saying. East Coast strong.
It's a long coast.
Yeah, that's all I got. Let's get on.
All right, hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're gonna talk to you next week here on Hot Light Tonight.
Thanks for tuning in, folks. See ya.
You still here? It's over. Go home. Go. And get off my lawn.